What's the difference between an NBA player scoring a basket or an NCAA player scoring a basket? You'd say one's college, one's pro. I say one's being overpaid and the other's not paid at all. College athletes are paid nothing, yet they make money for their school. How would you feel if you made tons of money for someone else, working your tail end off, not getting any money in return for your services? The biggest controversy in the sports world is in the college level play, whether NCAA athletes should or should not be paid. I, Dean Ruben Zambrotta, am a firm believer that NCAA athletes should be paid. University athletes' required practice schedules consist of more hours per week than the average work person. Being a collegiate student athlete is a physical beatdown on one's body, yet they receive no payment at all. An average NBA player makes around $5.15 million a year, an NFL player $1.9 million a year, and an NHL player $2.4 million a year. It is unfair for these professional athletes to be paid so much for entertainment, while the NCAA athletes are working harder and aren't paid anything. An NCAA athlete does have an occupation, as a player, but with no income. If a player was injured, they would be left with no focus, no income, and no money. How would you feel if your son, daughter, brother gets injured during their NCAA season with no income? Slim amount of numbers will go on to even play in the professional leagues, and the players without injuries do not have enough time in their college years to get a sufficient job or education. Without athletes, a part of the college, the billions of dollars in popularity fame collegiate athletes generate would simply not exist. No athlete would mean no fans would be buying tickets for games and subscribing to expensive cable and satellite sports television packages. Corporate sponsors purchasing luxury suites and boxes in college arenas and stadiums. Nobody would be paying the top dollar for sports apparel, jerseys, and video games bearing the likeliness and autographs of their favorite college players. How much better is a Quinn Cook jersey or a Tyler Ulis jersey than just a generic Duke jersey? I know I'd certainly rather have a player's name on the back of my Duke jersey. Jerseys with names are much better than a generic jersey because of athlete fame. NCAA athletes are used as core marketing tools. Without the athletes, put into perspective how much Gonzaga University would need to spend on building their name recognition to prospective students not located along the West Coast. Boise State would have substantial national marketing stepbacks if it weren't for big-name athletes. These athletes are the main attraction to universities and deserve to be given something back. NCAA produces around $11 billion in annual revenue from college sports, more than the estimated total league revenues of both the NBA and the NHL. University athletes deserve more for physically breaking down their bodies for the school to make profit. This year, the University of Alabama reported around $143.3 million in athletic revenue, more than all 30 NHL teams and 25 of the 30 NBA teams. The players are the cause of this excess money. Alabama has substantial amounts of income caused by major athletes, yet they quote that they can't afford to pay the players. How much better would college sports be if they had even more of a drive to their game? Who's your favorite college athlete? And who's your favorite pro? Don't you think that all these players physically abusing their bodies should at least be paid something? These players have no future without a payment in college.